Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you are anywhere near your company's revenue engine right now, artificial intelligence probably feels like an absolute superpower, right? But today, we've got to do a bit of a reality check on the new regulatory frontier that dictates how you can actually use these tools out in the wild. I want you to just let this quote sink in for a second. For years, transparency in how you targeted customers or generated content was just, a nice to have, a brand preference. But under sweeping new laws like the EU's AI Act and Colorado's ADMT Act, that whole era of the Wild West, ungoverned AI experimentation, yeah, it's officially over. Transparency is now a strict legal mandate.
All right, let's look at our agenda for today. We're covering 1, AI's marketing boom, 2, the transparency mandate, 3, 4 pillars of compliance, 4, the dynamic pricing trap, and 5, building ethical workflows.
Section 1. AI's marketing boom. We've got to acknowledge the incredible value AI brings to modern revenue teams. I mean, we're talking about sophisticated lead scoring, hyper-targeted customer segmentation, personalized content generation, chatbot-driven customer service, dynamic pricing, and predictive analytics. It's a massive list. And honestly, the enthusiasm is completely well-founded. AI is delivering massive, measurable ROI across all of these domains because it helps you hit the right customer with the exact right message at the perfect time.
Section 2, the transparency mandate. Here is where we really have to shift our mindset from viewing AI as just a fun, efficiency-boosting toy to recognizing it as a highly regulated tool. Under the EU AI Act, the rules of engagement have totally changed. If a consumer is interacting with a human, great, business as usual, no disclosure required. But if they're interacting with a chatbot, a deepfake, or synthetic media, the law requires explicit disclosure. If you're using AI to generate marketing copy or personalized offers, and it isn't painfully obvious to the average consumer, it absolutely must be labeled.
Section 3, 4 pillars of compliance. So the big question is, how do we operationalize these new legal obligations without totally suffocating your sales teams or slowing down your campaigns? Well, to build a compliant program, you've got to construct a really solid foundation. We break this down into 4 core pillars. First, AI interaction disclosure. Basically, your chatbots must clearly identify themselves. Second, content labeling for your AI-generated assets. Third, opt-out and appeal rights. Now, this one is huge. If your AI makes a consequential decision, like determining someone's creditworthiness, humans literally must have a way to appeal it. And finally, the 4th pillar, brand reputation safeguards. I want to double-click on that 4th pillar for a second because it is absolutely critical. Inaccurate, biased, or discriminatory AI-generated content creates serious legal liability and severe reputational harm. Ignoring these safeguards doesn't just risk steep compliance fines, it directly threatens your brand's survival in the market. An accidental bias or slightly discriminatory piece of content generated by an AI, that is a PR nightmare just waiting to happen. Section 4, the dynamic pricing trap. Let's spotlight a very specific, high-risk tactic that is catching a lot of heat from global regulators right now. Dynamic pricing algorithms are systems that adjust prices in real time based on customer data, location, device type, or purchasing history. Think about an airline jacking up a ticket price just because you're browsing from a high-income zip code. It's fantastic for clearing inventory, sure, but we have to understand exactly what these algorithms are doing behind the scenes. You need to ask yourselves this incredibly important question right now. Could your pricing model actually be discriminatory? Because if your system spits out differential pricing based on characteristics that happen to correlate with protected classes, like race, gender, or age, you might be inadvertently violating EU and US fairness laws. The algorithm doesn't know it's breaking the law, right? It's just optimizing for a metric. But regulators, they are going to hold you entirely responsible for that outcome. So what's the proactive solution here? Cross-functional collaboration. Your marketing analytics team absolutely must partner with legal to conduct regular fairness reviews. And even more importantly, you have to comprehensively document clear, non-discriminatory business justifications for every single price fluctuation your system generates. If regulators ever come knocking, that documentation is literally your shield. Section 5, building ethical workflows. Look, compliance that just lives in a binder on a shelf somewhere is completely useless. You have to embed ethical AI review into every single campaign and product launch workflow. Governance can no longer be an afterthought or some box you check right before hitting publish. It has to be a mandatory, embedded checkpoint in your daily rhythms.
By embedding these 3 rhetorical checkpoints into every single campaign, you turn compliance from this annoying legal roadblock into a seamless operational standard. Just ask: 1. Is it transparent? 2. Is it fair? And 3. Does it respect customer rights under applicable law? If you hit yes on all 3, you are ready to launch.
Ultimately, this isn't just about dodging millions of dollars in penalties, though, hey, that is certainly a nice bonus. Organizations that actually embrace these rules are going to use transparency as a massive differentiator. They are going to earn deep customer trust in a market that is rapidly getting flooded with hidden, deceptive AI. Earning that trust, that's going to become your ultimate competitive advantage.
So as you go back and review your own MarTech stack, your current algorithms, and your upcoming campaigns, I want to leave you with this final thought. These tools are incredibly powerful, but the guardrails are what keep the train on the tracks. Will your AI build customer trust or destroy it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today, and definitely take these insights back to your revenue teams.